Hey everyone, if you're watching this, you're watching what will most likely be the last video that has anything to do with the Uuttitan forums. Now, you probably hear that and are wondering, what's going on? Well, if you're a member of the forum, or have been a member of the forum ever since Uuttitan's leaving, you know that the place has been slowly dying. Well, when Uuttitan left the forums to Onion Grave and I, or Dan and I, which, yes, this is Kendrick if you couldn't tell by my voice, we were trying to keep it alive because the idea of it was great. A supposed friendly community for, the people of YouTube, the gamers of YouTube. Ironically, this also happened around the time of the whole iSoft scheme, the whole, the Let's Players getting attacked, so on and so forth. And we did get a lot of that, hear a lot of that, and actually that's for one reason why I wasn't making videos so often, even though I only had like 1,000 subscribers. I really didn't want to get banned. But when we were talking about ways to improve the forum, somebody really made it obvious that actually reminded me of a comment when we were first trying to keep the Uuttitan forums alive, that it's just not the forums without, Uuttitan and GigaTitan. Ironically, GigaTitan came back for about 3 days. I'm not really going to get into that, because I really don't feel like trolling anybody. Or, saying this person's horrible. I don't know his reasons, and I'm not going to guess on his reasons, really, because it really doesn't matter right now. But I will say that when we took on the challenge of keeping the forums alive, we thought that we could go to Uuttitan if we ever needed help, bringing interest back to the forums even though he's not there. We were completely wrong about that. And to be completely honest, it doesn't surprise me. For anybody who has any hopes of him coming back, all the power to you, because I'm not even sure if he's coming back now, the way he's been talking. The whole idea of leaving Uuttitan now, that's what we're getting at. This is why we're having the State of the Forums address. The forums are going to be completely closed. I'm leaving the site up because a lot of people asked, so they can go and read back on memories and whatnot. And because I don't want to just have the forum deleted. But, we can't. It was impossible for Dan and I. It was an impossible challenge. There's no way that Dan and I can replace Uuttitan for the people of YouTube, because everybody was actually really depressed when he left. I mean, I only have 1,000 subscribers, and a lot of them are subscribed to Dan. He has 1,700 some. But, a lot of our people are even active. So us advertising the forums really didn't help. We tried using Uuttitan TV, hopefully to bring people in, bring a notice to the forums. That didn't help. We've asked certain people to, give us advertisement, like, hey, you were part of this before, why can you help, can you help now? That failed completely. So, we've tried pretty much anything we possibly could to keep this place going. We even asked the members for ideas, and, one of them was ironic because they said, let's, have more tournaments and stuff. Well, for anybody who was in the Uuttitan Cup, thanks for being in it. For the people who actually made it to where it actually got to, congrats. Although I think there was only, one battle throughout the entire thing. A lot of them were just forfeits. Or I don't have time anymore, so I'm dropping out. My opponent wins. Which kind of made the whole thing rather pointless. Which I can understand. I mean, I have classes, every day. Actually, everybody has classes pretty much every day now because school started. But I mean, writing papers and crap is not fun. I even though I don't have it as bad as a lot of people I know who are in college, it's still not that great. But I've been trying to balance college, being an admin on Uuttitan, doing my own YouTube stuff, which that's been hard as it is, and still having a social life. Because if anybody has seen Dan's latest video, how people expect him to be social. It's pretty much the same thing for me, and I try to, because having friends is important, and he's right when he says that um, YouTube should really be a hobby for us lower people, because sure, everybody dreams of one day getting that partnership, but you have to really work on it to be able to get a partnership. And we haven't had that much attention towards us to ever have that happen. We've tried to do it with the help of the forums, because with that we could have had our own server. We wouldn't have to follow the regulations of the server we've been using. We could probably do a lot more stuff. But what can you do? I remember somebody was having back when I first joined the Uuttitan thing, there was a whole scam on the donations thing, which I still do not understand, because I don't even think there was an account set up for Uuttitan, so I don't know how they could scam Uuttitan. But whatever, not my problem. That was in the past. Yes, I've been around since pretty much day one of the forums, and it is kind of, I never would have came to this point if there was just no hope. We wanted to keep the Uuttitan name alive because that's what people know, that's what people liked, that's the place that people went to. But if there isn't going to be anybody, if it's just going to die, then there's no point in trying to keep other people's names alive if they're not even interested in it. That's pretty much what it's gotten to. There's no point in Dan and I putting as much time as we can into the forums to keep other people's names alive. Now, this all sounds like, what? Is it over? There's no more forums? If you've actually been on the forums, you'd realize that we're making a move. We're getting a new name, new start, and for all those people who were wishing it wasn't just Pokemon, guess what? It's not going to be just Pokemon. It's one thing we've made completely clear. Because I know not everybody on YouTube who's a gamer likes Pokemon. But that's pretty much what's been happening. And, people have been asking me, well, will this be the same? Will this be the same? What are the changes? We're not changing too much, because the forums as they are were pretty well designed, although I did a lot of that, so I'm pretty much just thanking myself, saying I'm better than I really probably am. But, it's just kind of like, what can you do? Yes, there's going to be a whole nother channel for the new forums. Yes, there will be a new forums. If you've had I know a lot of people that had a problem with the staff on the forums, that will probably change, because we're just making a whole new start. That's the plan. It's just an entire new start on the forums. If you're a member of Uuttitan, or a former member of Uuttitan, I would love it if you came, but I'm not going to stress it, because that would just be forcing you to do something you probably might not want to do. The Uuttitan TV channel will follow the same fate as one of its, I guess you could say, predecessors, and just disappear. Let's see, what else is there to say? That's pretty much all I can say, because going into anything else would probably go on my own personal channel. So, thank you for sticking with us. A lot of the videos on this channel will be moved to the new channel, so you can still see them. They're not just going to disappear. And hopefully I'll see you all at the new place, which I'm not going to tell you the name because I want it to be a surprise. There will be a link on the forums, and I'll leave a link to the forums in an annotation and in the description. So until then, I guess I'll just see you guys whenever.